Good morning. We often say that life has its ups and downs. In my case, it was mostly up. In school, I was consistently at the top of my class. At work, promotion came after promotion. I was happily married with 2 sons, and my career was on the fast track. In a society where success was often measured in terms of how fast one moved up the ladder, I had it all made, or so I thought. As my job and occupation had become my preoccupation, much of my time was spent with business associates. I rationalized that being at work all day and night was all right because men are supposed to immerse themselves in work for the sake of the family. That it was okay to stay out late and enjoy a few drinks. Harmless fun, a necessary part of corporate life. That's how Satan packaged it. Foolishly, I swallowed his lie. What initially started as harmless fun soon became an ugly pattern. And by the time this episode was over, it was neither fun nor harmless anymore. I left the company and on my knees cried out to God for mercy, for strength, and for restoration. I realized my faith had been so shallow all along. I had learned religion but did not have an authentic relationship with God. My head was filled with knowledge, but my heart was empty. I possessed all the correct religious labels, followed all the rules, yet lived little of the fruit of the Spirit. A loving and redemptive God pulled me out of the mess I myself had created. I prayed to receive Christ into my heart and recommitted my life to Him. Within a couple of months, the Lord opened a new door for me to work in Shanghai and to begin a born-again life fully dedicated to serving Him and His kingdom. He gave me a verse, Proverbs 16:3, which says, "Commit your work to the Lord, and your plans will be established." I displayed this verse prominently in our vision mission document for all to see. True enough, during the 12 years I was there, as the Lord gave me boldness to lead and run the company without compromising on biblical values, He showed Himself present in many impossible situations. Even the most cold-hearted, hardcore communists among my staff openly marveled at this God whom I depended on for wisdom, guidance, and favor. One journal entry of mine records June 20, 2007, Shanghai, China. A government team was to do a comprehensive audit of our company to certify our quality systems as being compliant for food packaging. 6 days earlier, I had started a daily prayer walk around our premises. On this, the 7th day, I was at the office early to complete my final round. Government team arrives. My staff had asked me to gift them with red envelopes filled with money in order to facilitate the audit process, as was common practice. 4 times they reminded me of it, especially when things were moving excruciatingly slow and looking really bad. Even my plant manager, a Filipino expat, came to me and said that I was selfishly putting the company at risk for my personal principles. He suggested that I delegate authority to him so that he could do what needs to be done. I told him I would not, that I also had the good of the company in mind, and that as the leader of the company, I was trusting God to grant us what we needed. All through the day, I texted my wife and my Christian brothers for prayer support, while myself immersing in prayer in my office. Finally, by late afternoon, by God's grace, the process started picking up. At the wrap-up meeting a few hours later, God delivered the victory to us. We successfully cleared the audit with no cheating and no bribing. Commit your work to the Lord, and your plans will be established. We do our part, and the Lord will take care of the outcome. Through this and the many other times, God enabled us to miraculously overcome the odds at my workplace in China. My Chinese staff and workers were introduced to who our God is. Friends, our workplace is God's designated mission field for us. Let us make ourselves available to our God, who is able, who in His wisdom and love invites us to participate in His kingdom's work. This Saturday, we have an opportunity to be trained and equipped for this work. Let me encourage all of us, especially business owners, company executives, professionals, and all who want to make a difference for God in our workplace and in the marketplace. Come to this conference entitled Empowered to Influence from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. here at Auditorium B. Our conference speaker is Mr. Chua from Singapore. You can register today after the service. Thank you for listening. My name is Sherwin Chua, no relation to Ken, but like him, a servant of our Lord and Master. All glory and honor to our God.